everyone, welcome to my newest video, and for today's efforts I am going to be organising that side of this craft room, and that is because it is just turned into quite a dumping zone. It's just not organised at all and I need to do something about it. So let's get straight on and start organising. This entire section of the room needs to be totally cleared away so that I can put the new unit in there, and I'm going to enlist the help of some YouTube magic. And we're done. Now that didn't take me as long to do as I thought it would, but what it has done is uncovered a lot more stuff than I thought was there. But hopefully with the new unit I will be able to organise that again, and another little bit of YouTube magic and it's in place. Now for the long version. A different day because I have totally underestimated how long this whole process took, getting the unit finished and then organising all the bits and pieces, but I am going to carry on and reorganise all of that rubbish into this unit and the surrounding area, and I will carry on and do that now. Bigger, bulkier items are now in place. Chances are over time things will get moved around or reorganised and shuffled around, but for the moment I'm happy with the way it is. This big space on this side is actually going to be for all my little green units. They're like little green baskets, and the reason I've got those left over is because I'm going to create out of some foam board a shelving rack to fully utilise this space and make sure that the Etsy shop, which is what is generally in those green baskets, is in order and is making the most of that space. My plan is to go off now and make the shelving unit, and when I see you in just a couple of seconds it will be built. Things changed. I realised after speaking with somebody that I had a matching unit to this one out in the garage, and all it needed was sanding it up so it matched, and that's what I've spent my time doing. The way I'm going to organise this one is to take everything out of the green baskets and put them into the drawers, and what I will do is to make a video showing how I have organised them, because that is going to be quite an in-depth thing. I'm going to have to make dividers so that everything sits right and so that I can find all my stock. But this way everything is behind closed doors, I've got nothing out in the open, and it should look so much tidier. Here we have the final setup, and unfortunately this room's so small I can't get back far enough to show you the whole thing in one frame, but that is an overview, and we'll go in for a closer look just generally of how I have organised it all. So we'll start at the top and work our way down. I've still got some space here on this unit, and I'm currently using that just for my tripods and camera recording equipment. The unit itself is my Etsy shop, and majority of the stuff in here is for sale and some of it is just extras, so I'll give you a quick overview of that. This is the first drawer where I've got my Guardian Angel keyrings and my cotton reel keyrings. This is the second drawer where I've got my Guardian Angel zipper or phone charms, my Guardian Angel jewellery. I've got some spare stuff that I haven't yet put up for sale, and then I've got all my bottle cap keyrings on that side. This is the third drawer where I've got my resin and seashell jewellery. I've got some leftover bits from Christmas, and then my book keyrings. And finally the fourth drawer where I've got my angel dolly peg decorations. I've got some other bits left over from Christmas. I've got some keyrings that I'm in the process of doing something with, and then I've got lots of bracelets which I think I'm going to put up for sale on eBay just to get rid of them. Then on this side I've got some of my baskets left over. One of them's an oddments basket, one has wires from all sorts of things and chargers and bits and pieces, and then the other one has glues and stuff, and then I've just got a utensils pot. And then the unit itself contains my postage, bits and pieces, tools and other things, so let's go in for a quick closer look on that. In this top drawer I've got just random stuff. I've got some quilling equipment, I've got some pens, paper, I've got some threads underneath there. So this is quite a bit of a randoms drawer and I do need to tidy through it. The second drawer down is generally all my tools. I do have some reels of wire there, but I've got all sorts of tools that I use for all sorts of jobs. Believe it or not, there is an organiser unit in there, but I need to tidy this up. In this drawer I've got my stash of bead ends, charms, necklaces, tons of stuff in here that again I need to just go through, organise a little bit more, but this is where it's going to live. And then this bottom drawer I've got all of my envelopes, my padded envelopes, packaging paper, tape, sticky labels, thank you notes. I keep it all in the one drawer, and when I get an order I can just come in here and get it. On this side of the unit, in this cupboard, I have my stash for making my cotton reel keyrings and some photography backdrops. And then on the bottom shelf, I'm keeping my mini oven and my polymer clay making tools and the clays and all the tiles and all the bits and pieces for that one. On this side of the unit, I have my art supplies, so I've got my pens, pencils, pastels, paints, and then that box is actually a box of bits and pieces that I need to finish off and then I can get on display on Etsy. I've got my cinch spiral binds, and then on the bottom shelf I have my cinch binder, some more art supplies, so some art books and colouring books and things. And then this box contains my second shop, which is Worries Away, so that's got all my worry dolls in. As the signs say, there is a top secret project behind those doors, and I'm not going to be showing any of that for a fair few months to come. You may get glimpses of it in the background of some of my other videos, but generally it's going to be kept secret. In the first of these 3 drawers, I've got some more packaging supplies. I've got my product labels and the little plastic baggies to put them in, and some little gift bags, polishing cloths and other bits and pieces. In the next drawer down, I have all my finances. So I've got my folders and my diaries and hole punch and that sort of thing. So that's where my finances and my receipts stay. And the bottom drawer is top secret project, so I'm not going to be showing you that, but eventually I will get that drawer back and I can put other things that belong to me in it. Now, randomly, this under storage part of the unit is one of my favourite parts because the design of it is just so simple, but it is hugely beneficial when I'm trying to do printing, scanning, or print on A3 paper. Some of you may sympathise with this, but having a printer in a small room is quite awkward at times. 1, finding a space for it, and 2, having it in a place which is easily accessible, where you can do the printing, the scanning, the copying, and this one prints A3 paper and it's a back feed. So having it underneath a unit ordinarily wouldn't be a great thing, but what I've done is to put it all on a board. It's got some little casters on it, and the whole thing rolls out and makes it much more accessible to get to. So again, there is a total overview of the whole area. As you can see, it's much more neat and tidy than it was before, and hopefully it's going to be a lot more user-friendly. If you would like to see the origin of the unit itself and where it came from and watch me renovate it, I will link that in the description for you to go and have a look at. As always, thank you for sticking with me until the end. I hope you found it entertaining. As you can see, it wasn't just a simple process of just chucking everything out of that area, putting a new unit in and putting it back. I was in the process of renovating the unit. I then changed my mind on how I was going to organise some of the storage, and then it was a case of building extra things to really make use of the space and get it looking all neat and as tidy as it does now. Please, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and make sure that you turn on the notifications, because that will let you know when my next video is up showing you how I made the dividers for that second drawer section, and that video will be up as soon as possible.